What's up, guys? Heart Pirates TCG here. What I'm bringing you today is the breakdown from our Pirate Cup, which was yesterday. We had a total of 86 players, and we had a great turnout. We had a lot of great games, and I'm going to be reposting the matches, later on today, or I'm sorry, later on tomorrow. But the games were just absolutely incredible. It was a very long stream. I think it was almost 11 hours of just pure games. We had 86 players, like I said. We had to cut to top 16. Realistically, we probably should have cut to top 8 because only top 8 got prizing. So first time running a tournament, and it went really well. We had first place get. They decided to do an even split, so first place got or an almost even split, $700. The second place got $500, and then third through eighth place get $200. So with that being said, I don't know how to do the pie charts like Eggman does. However, I'm just going to write this down like a caveman. So we had 41 Sakazukis in total, 15 Enels, 8 Purple Luffys, and 7 Katakuris. So obviously that's not the whole thing, right? But I'm not going to write down each and every single deck because I don't know how to do the pie chart, and it takes up too much space. So that's the majority of the tournament, was these decks right here. This is 56, 64, 71. So 71 out of the 86 were playing these 4 decks. So this is our top 8. Our top 8 is our top 16. 8 Sakazuki, 5 Enel, 1 Cat, 1 Black Yellow Big Mom, and 1 Dofi. So if you guys were following us around throughout the stream, we were kind of following up with this Dofi player a lot, actually. And the first game we watched, she was just going absolutely berserk on a Purple Luffy, and then we saw her beat an Enel and a Katakuri, and we're like, yo, she might have this, you know what I'm saying? We really thought Dofi was gonna meta contend, and we thought she was gonna be the star of the tournament, but she did get eliminated in top 8, but she still got her prizing, so that's good. We'll interview her later on if you guys want, and then we can talk to her about why she decided to play Dofi, maybe as well as the Black Yellow Big Mom player too. We'll see. Even though I think James might have already interviewed. But with that being said, let me go ahead and cut to the deck list. All right, so this is actually our winner, which is Enel. If you guys didn't watch the grand finals, we streamed it. We almost had 500 concurrent viewers in the stream. It was absolutely just bizarre, and berserk, how many people we had. It was just crazy. So we couldn't have asked for a better turnout. But yeah, everything ran smoothly. This is the winner. This game was just crazy all the way to the end. A lot of momentum shifts, a lot of who wins, no one knows. So soak it all in. Enel wins again. It's something to be said, though, guys. It's something to be said, and this is his list, by the way. This goes to Skip Berkemeier. So Berkemeier. I don't know how you say it, buddy. But there's something to be said about Enel seeing way less representation, but still seeing a good portion of the top cut. Only 15 people took Enel, like I said, into the tournament today, and 5 of them made it into top 16. So that's a pretty big percentage for how little of the representation it was. I mean, technically it was the second highest representation, so it was the second highest. It was the second highest representation in top 16, but it's still crazy how a lot of people think Sakazuki is the best deck, but Enel has won the past 2 events. It's won this one, and it's won the regionals in LA, and it's just had a solid showing all the way around. It's a really strong deck with a lot of really good lines of play, and it just is so tanky, and it lasts forever. So we noticed that he actually plays the Rush Katakuri here. This one, bro, this one shocked every single one of us. We were like, what is he gonna play for 4 Dawn? Like a cracker? No, it was Rush Katakuri. Oh my god, it was so saucy, bro. He plays 2 of them. That's crazy. He probably caught everyone off guard with the Rush Katakuri, so that's pretty saucy. But yeah, congrats to our man Skip right here for the first place. And then this one actually is our undefeated in Swiss. This is Cody Angeloff. He went 7-0 in Swiss, and then he did unfortunately get knocked out in top 16. But this deck is really cool because before I saw his list, I saw that he was playing, I'm sorry, before I saw his list, I was playing ulti. I was playing 2 ultis, and I saw his list, and I'm playing 3 Borsalino as well. Obviously I'm playing the Sabo and the Lucci, the standard stuff, but His list is very similar to mine, except for, you know, he plays 3 ulti and 1 Ice Age, and I play 2 ulti and 2 Ice Age. So this is a really solid list. His deck was super blinged out. I mean, he legitimately had like the manga Sabos. He's had like the championship Kuzans and Borsalinos. Like, dude is legit. Like, dude, if you like Edward Weevil, or not Edward Weevil, Weevil from Yu-Gi-Oh, his deck, I mean, you would literally probably owe him like $15,000. Like, it was just ridiculously expensive, and it looked great on camera. We'll show a couple on the in the video, you know, that we repost the matches. But yeah, this was really cool. So big shout outs to Cody. Sorry you couldn't make it to top 8, buddy, but you played great pretty much all day. So congrats for the Swiss undefeated. And this is actually our second place overall. He got second in the tournament. This is Richie Peak. As you're seeing, his list is pretty different. I actually also, in my list, cut Moncherie to 1. So I can play other cards, but, you know, instead of playing, you know, 2 Kaidos, he's playing 1 Kaido, 1 Mihawk, which has its merit, right? You know, like if you play a lot of like mirror matches, sometimes Kaido is better in certain situations, sometimes Mihawk is better in certain situations, but having one of each just gives you that variety and utility to kind of pick and choose like what is best, like what big character is best here. I'll say though, if you go first and you go Borsalino into Mihawk, and they can't, I told James this on stream, but if you can't get rid of the Borsalino and then they beat Mihawk on top of the Borsalino, I feel like the game's over, like in the mirror match, because like now they have to get rid of a 7 and a 9, and most of the time they're not going to be able to do that, especially they couldn't get rid of the 7 at first. So it's a big momentum shift right there. And then obviously if you go 7, 9 and then into the 10 cost Kaido, I mean, that's just put him in a body bag, bro. Like the game is just completely over at that point. So oh, my camera is really small, I'm a little squishy. But yeah, so that's second place, Sakazuki right there. And then we'll go ahead and show the Black Yellow Big Mom now. This was a big shocker for all of us, and this was a real treat for my boy VV Theory. Everyone knows that he's a Black Yellow Big Mom savant. He's of the mindset that he has to play Black Yellow Big Mom. So we were gonna feature the top 8, or the in the top 16 matchup. We were going to feature the Dofi player. But we saw Black Yellow Big Mom. We're like, whoa, we didn't even know there was one in the tournament. So, dude, the guy legit went 5-1 in Swiss, or 6-1 in Swiss. I think he finished 9th overall. And yeah, he made it top 16. He unfortunately lost to a Sakazuki. But this is his list right here. I mean, he's playing like the Gadatsus. He's playing the Rebekkas, which for those of you guys who don't know, like I've been talking about for a long time how like Rebekka is really good as just like a blocker that's a +1, because you get a 2k back to hand, and like it can potentially really help with like just being able to keep you alive while like your Yamatos and Big Moms just carry you into the late game. And then Sakazuki can obviously discard like bricks, like you know, since Rebekka is a +1, technically Sakazuki's free, because you know, discard a card with Rebekka, or you discard a card with Sakazuki, and then you can just bring it back with Rebekka, right? So like that's kind of like the theory behind it, I think. But we'll have to ask him if we can get him in a video. If you are watching this video and you are playing Black Yellow Big Mom, actually I can just message you. I'm pretty sure I just know your Discord name, so yeah, I'll message you about that. This is Ryan Tinney. I think he got 5th overall, or maybe 6th, one of the two. This is his Enel list. He's playing, looks like the Big Mom engine, so he's not playing the Shura, it looks like. So there's always like a split, right? Like a lot of people like the Skypea package, a lot of people like the Big Mom package. Like I will say 7 cost Big Mom is really strong. The only thing that you can't search are the Gadatsus and the Yamatos, but everything else, I guess the most of the events too, except for Thunderbolt, everything else is relatively searchable. And it's just really good. Yeah, obviously Beige is really good. 4 Shirahoshi is just absolutely nuts. Like, gosh, Shirahoshi's so good in Enel. I like, some people like just like cut Shirahoshi. I don't see how they cut it. Like, I feel like it's just so necessary, because like you gain so much life that you're like always gonna see it, and then if you can just counter out of like multiple attacks, like you just win the game always. So 4 Shirahoshi's really good, and like I think this is a really solid list though for the Big Mom package. And then for our final one, we'll go ahead and go to our Dofflamingo player, who is Ying Chen, who according to Mark had a very cozy vibes. Mark was our judge for the event, him and our friend David. But he said, you guys are missing out. Ying Chen has some cozy vibes. She's got a very calming voice. So unfortunately we were muted and we couldn't, and deafened, so we couldn't hear. but we'll try to get an interview with her so you guys can not actually also hear. That sounded creepy, but so you guys can get in her mind about, you know, why she plays Dofflamingo and, you know, how she played it so well throughout this tournament. I will say she plays three 3,000 worlds, and it feels like every time we were watching her on stream, she was like, she literally had it in her hand all the time. And it was like, it was so hyped, bro. Cause like, we were like, how did she get out of this one? How did she get out of this one? And then she like starts like moving her Dawn and she like separates forward and we're like, no way. Is this 3,000 worlds? Is this 3,000 worlds? Oh, it's 3,000 worlds. It was so exciting to watch. So, obviously we were rooting for her throughout the whole tournament. You know, it's not often you see a Dovi player in a Sakazuki filled meta, and it's not often you see one play as well as she did, so congrats to her. And yeah guys, that pretty much wraps up our top 16. Those are, I didn't want to go over every single deck list because this video would be really long, and I already streamed for 11 hours yesterday. So yeah, if you guys are curious, I will also give you guys the rankings too. This is the top 16 rankings right here. Let me go ahead and move my camera right there. Yeah, so top 16 overall, our Dofi player finished 15th, and then we had, like we said, Yan, or I think he goes by Skip, finish first, and then we had Cody Angeloff finish third technically. I think this is after Swiss. I don't remember. Maybe he finished third after the whole pairings are over, but I don't know exactly how this works, but the people in the top the quarterfinals, the top 8 all got the prizing, and then this is like, I think like the after fact. I don't know how that actually works, but yeah guys, that's the sauce for the first ever Pirate Cup. So this was a lot of fun. If you guys want to do something like this again, please let us know. We had a ton of people that were in the chat. We had a ton of people that were actually, we could have had like 115, but so many people dropped last minute because they were either sick, or they didn't pay, or they didn't submit their deck list, or they submitted the wrong deck list, and you know the deck list submissions were already, the deadlines were over. So we could have had a lot more, but there was just some complications last minute that I had to wake up super early to take care of, and it was stressful, but it worked out for the best, and I'm glad that we got some content for you guys, and some really good content at that. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.